In the early 2000s, terrorism was rapidly evolving into a global threat, with extremist groups targeting Western interests around the world. For Australia, one of its most critical missions during this time was the Manila Embassy operation, a covert ASIS-led effort designed to protect Australian nationals, diplomats, and interests in the Philippines, where terrorist activity had been rising. The operation's objective was to neutralize a growing terror threat, monitor potential extremist cells, and gather crucial intelligence that would prevent attacks on the Australian embassy and other key targets. The operation began when ASIS intercepted intelligence suggesting that extremist groups were planning attacks in the Philippines, with Australian assets potentially in the crosshairs. Intelligence agencies had identified a new network of militants linked to Al-Qaeda that had begun operating in the southern region of the Philippines. These groups were highly active, and their connections to local insurgencies posed a serious threat to both local and foreign nationals, especially those associated with diplomatic missions. ASIS agents were deployed to Manila and other key locations in the country to gather intelligence, assess the security situation, and formulate a strategy to protect Australian interests. Given the political complexities and the presence of several militant groups, ASIS's task was not only to monitor the activities of terrorist factions, but also to infiltrate them and understand their plans in real time. ASIS operatives faced extreme risks operating in a city with high levels of criminal activity and militant presence, especially as they worked under deep cover to avoid detection by the very groups they were targeting. The Manila Embassy operation was multifaceted, with agents tasked with collecting both human intelligence, HUMINT, and signals intelligence, SIGINT. Through a network of informants, undercover operatives, and surveillance techniques, ASIS tracked the movements of key terrorists and gained invaluable insights into their plans. The agency also worked closely with the Australian Federal Police, AFP, local Philippine authorities, and international partners to coordinate responses to any immediate threats. One of the most significant aspects of the operation was ASIS's ability to identify the cell members responsible for the planned attacks. Through a combination of fieldwork and technology, agents managed to track the communication networks of the extremists, intercepting messages and identifying safe houses and weapon caches. As a result, ASIS was able to provide actionable intelligence that allowed the AFP and local law enforcement to disrupt terrorist operations and arrest key members of the network before they could carry out their attacks. Throughout the operation, ASIS agents worked tirelessly to ensure the safety of the Australian embassy in Manila. As the Philippine government dealt with its own internal conflicts and insurgencies, ASIS stepped in to fill a vital gap in intelligence, preventing potential attacks on the embassy and Australian nationals. The agents ensured that the embassy's security protocols were updated and that any threat to Australian citizens was swiftly addressed. Despite operating in a region fraught with uncertainty, ASIS's actions in the Manila embassy operation proved instrumental in preventing catastrophe. The operation not only safeguarded the embassy and Australian diplomats, but also helped foil a broader terrorist plot that could have had devastating consequences for both Australia and the Philippines. The intelligence gathered allowed Australian authorities to act before the attacks could take place, neutralizing a major threat in Southeast Asia. The operation remained largely classified, with few details released to the public, but its success demonstrated ASIS's vital role in global counterterrorism efforts. ASIS's ability to infiltrate terrorist cells, gather real-time intelligence, and coordinate with both local and international partners made it an invaluable asset in the fight against extremism. The Manila Embassy operation stands as a testament to the dedication and skill of ASIS agents, who worked in the shadows to protect Australian interests and ensure national security, even in the most dangerous and complex environments.